Hi readers, I'm Jessica Quinn from Cup of Books, and today I want to shout out a few different videos I've watched in the past week or so around race and reading habits, and then I also want to sort of talk about Allyn challenge of reading at least one Black author a month. So it's a little bit of a shout out video, a little bit of a discussion video, a little bit of I just love booktubers who make awesome videos video. Yep. So the first video I want to shout out / recommend is the video that started the discussion on BookTube, and that is Allyn's Why You Need Black Friends. It was a video that was part of Allyn's Veda series throughout August, almost said April, but August. Allyn touches on a lot of different topics in the video, all regarding race and reading habits. In the video, Allyn talks about how who you are friends with, who you watch on BookTube, may affect what books you're exposed to, and thus whether you're reading more authors of color or whether you're just reading white authors, or whether you're reading books with characters of color or just reading books with white characters. The video talks about how as a culture, because of how whitewashed the media is, a lot of times readers assume characters are white even if they're never specified, or even if it is specified that they're characters of color in the case of Rue from the Hunger Games. It really reminded me of an article I read about the Harry Potter series, which I will link below. It talks about how in the Harry Potter series the white characters get a lot more description than the characters of color do. If you haven't watched Allyn's video, I highly recommend you do that now, and if you haven't done it yet, you can click right here, right there. The second video, which was a video response to Allyn's video that I want to shout out / recommend, is Rincey Reads Race, Gender, and Reading Habits video that was posted a week ago. In the video, Rincey uses Goodreads to provide statistics around how many authors of color, how many white authors, how many female authors, how many male authors I read. Rincey didn't include genderqueer authors, so that was missing from the gender aspect of it, but it's a very, very up close and personal look at reading habits. One of the reasons I think you should watch this video, besides the fact that Rincey put so much time into it, is the fact that it demonstrates how we can think we're reading a lot of authors of color. We may not be reading as many as we think. I highly recommend it, and again, it's linked. And then the third video I want to recommend / shout out is another video response to Allyn's video, and it's called Race and Books from Rachael Reviews All, another really great booktuber. They're all great booktubers, clearly making quality videos. Rachael talks about race and books in terms of writing characters, how a lot of times we not only write what we know, but we also write what we read. In the sense that if we're only reading white characters, we might only write white characters. I really appreciated the different perspective in this video. Rachael sort of approached the topic from a more writer's perspective. I like to write, so it was something that really got me thinking about the characters I write and why I write and what influences me to write. And I think everyone, obviously, I'm shouting it out, should watch Rachael's video, but if you write, I think you'll definitely get something a little bit more special from it. Those are the videos I wanted to shout out just because I think it's so important that we think critically about what we're reading, and that's part of the reason I'm taking Allyn up on the challenge of reading at least one Black author a month. And then also sort of including Rincey's variation of the challenge of also reading one author of color a month, so ideally reading 2 authors of color each month. I'm doing this because I've been trying to read more authors of color, but I know I need to be reading more and I can be reading more, and there's really no excuse because there's so many fabulous booktubers I watch who recommend authors of color. I'm also doing this because I sort of took a page out of Rincey's book and did the statistics, at least for this year. Out of the 36 books I've finished so far, only 22% of those have been written by authors of color, which is just sad. So for this month, just to prove that I'm actually doing this, I'm reading The Gilda Stories by Jewel Gomez. I'm reading it for my October reads, and I'm so excited. I picked this book out before I watched Allyn's video, so I'm glad that this fits the challenge. I also really want to read Wench, which is the book for the live chat Allyn's doing this month. I highly encourage everyone to take on Allyn's challenge or Rincey's variation of the challenge because I think it's really important to read authors of color, and I think it's really important as people who make content that is public on the internet to be aware of what we're reading and what we're recommending and what we're featuring.